Hello, this is the Review and Calculator lesson 3C about rounding. The objective today is students will be able to round decimal numbers. For this lesson, you will make sure that you have a writing utensil and the note-taking sheet. Please pause the video if you do not have them. Okay, first we're going to start out just listening to this poem. Find your number, look right next door, 4 or less, just ignore, 5 or more, add 1 more. So these are pretty much the steps for rounding, and we're going to use them today. So first let's look at place value. The place value chart shows the value of each digit in the number 5,647,210. And then on the other side of the decimal is 392 thousandths. Okay, so it's really important that we are looking at this and realizing where the decimal point is. Okay, so we're going to be really rounding for this year to the right of the decimal. And remember, this is like the change, your pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, okay? And these are your bills on the left-hand side, okay? So most of the time, money is 2 digits to the right, like in the hundredths place. And this is where we're really going to be focusing in today. And then you're going to be looking at the thousandths place to know if you're going to round this number up or down. So it's either going to up, add 1 more, or it's going to stay the same. So just in this example, I would look next door to the thousandths. Oh, that's 2. It's 2 or less. I'm going to round down or just keep it the same. Okay? If this number was higher, then I would have to round it up. Okay, let's look at this example. If I have 7,862 and we want to round to the nearest hundred, so whatever it tells us to round to, that's what we're going to look at. And you can see they looked here at the 8. I'm going to look next door to the right and at the 6. So it's 5. So if it's 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, then I need to round this number up. And then you change the rest of the numbers to 0. So you can totally see, you read the number to the right of the digit in the hundreds place. If the digit is 5 or more, then you want to round up. Add 1 to the hundreds place, change the digits to 0. So 7,862 would round to 7,900. Now, here is one example of decimal rounding. We have 0.637, so we're rounding to the 10th. So in the 10th place would be the 6. So you find the digit in the 10th place, read the number to the right, okay, which is the 3 of the 10th place. If the digit is 4 or less, then you want to round down. So that means you're not going to change that original, and this would be, 0.6. So it's really important that since we're going to be using money for most of our problems, that your answers look like money. And I say that a lot, and I wanted to give some real life examples. So here is this, like the Target ad, okay? And you can see that the answers, this is $7.49. This is $9.29. This is $89.90. So you can see how in the real world, people don't leave answers like this and tell you that's how much things cost, right? Okay? They're always going to be looking at just those numbers. Anything to the left, because of course it can be millions and billions, but only 2 digits to the right. So you can see that would be the 29, the 59, the 89, 99. So it's really important that we're making our answers look like money, like from a store. So rounding to the nearest place value, dollar and cents amounts are often rounded to the nearest cent or the hundredths place. Begin with the digit in the hundredths place. So this is what we will be doing today. You find the digits in the hundredths place, which is this one. Okay. Then you look next door to the right of the digit hundredths place. If the number is 5 or more, then you round or round up. So then this would be the correct answer, $112.42. Okay, so we want our answers to look like this. Okay, so if you look at your, bring that down. If you look at your note-taking sheet, you can see that it would look like this, except for your sheet is missing some of the words. So you want to pause the video now and fill in the missing information on your sheet. So step 1, you find the digit you will be rounding to. For money, it's 2 digits to the right of the decimal. For step 2, you look at the digit to the right. Step 3, if the digit is 04, you round down. That means you don't change it. If the digit is 5 or no, then you're rounding up and adding one more. And step 4, all digits to the right of the place values you are rounding become zeros or nothing. There's no thing there. So please take a moment and make sure that your note-taking sheet is filled in. Okay, here are some examples. So you might want to put some of these examples onto your the bottom of your note-taking sheet so you have some examples to look back to. So if we're looking at here, I'm always going 2 digits. The 2, 1, 2 would be the 7. Okay, I look to the right and this is 7, so it's more. So then my answer would be $21.28. That would be my answer. Okay, so right now pause the video and do 6, 7, and 8. Okay, write them below your note-taking sheet. And then we're going to go through the answers. Okay, great. I hope that those worked for you. Let's look at number 6. So again, I'm looking at 1, 2 after, so it'd be the 6. I look at the 1. So then the answer would be 967. There's my decimal, 0.46. I would just leave that the same. It would not be changing at all. It would just be leaving it the same. Number 7. Now there's a lot of numbers after here. But remember, it's just 1, 2, just like money. You're looking at the 8, you go next door, look at the 3. Excuse me. Then your answer would be 138.78, and that would be your answer to your problem. And here's the last one. 647.555. Again, 1, 2 after, find your decimal, count 2 over. I'm looking at that 5, so then my answer would be 647.56. Okay, so there is your answers for the 4 practice, and hopefully you have those examples on your note-taking sheet. One last thing I want to talk about is sometimes we get numbers like this with all these 9s. And really, how do you round up from 9? It goes to 10, and that's a 2-digit number. So if you get this, you're still going to look at this number, and you're still going to look over here. But really, this is $145. So let's pretend this is money. And 99.98 cents. So you kind of look here. If you have 9s like that, you're going to have to round it up. But you're going to have to go to different numbers. So we can't make this any larger. Can't make this, but we can make this. You're going to go until you can make the number larger. And then this would be your answer. So if you're selling something and it comes up for 145.9996, you would then 9998, I'm sorry, not 68, then it would be rounded up to $146. Now, you do realize that people sign, in the store, this is what they sell that lots of things for is $5.99, very close to $6. And that's to kind of make you look at the price and think, oh, that's only $5, when really it's close to $6. But for the purpose of writing an answer, if you have more nines after, then you have to make sure you're finding the next number you can round up. So this is just an example when you have lots of nines. Okay, so your next step is to complete the practice worksheet. Make sure you go over that with Miss Dahlstrom when you're done, and then to take the mastery check.